What's up, everybody? I'm trying to get everybody in here because this is a special Monday night. Monday night. I got to remember, man. I got to remember. Monday night special edition of TMI News, hosted by Mr. TMI Tate. And I got a very, very, very special interview with none other than Miss America's big sister herself, Tragil Wade Johnson. Y'all, hang on, because on the other side of this intro, I'm bringing my sis to the stage. So, TMI News, hosted by Mr. TMI Tate, is coming at you right now.
Introducing the one and only Mr. TMI. Now check it. He's Mr. TMI, known as the Bear Man, aka homie the Black Sheep. He got the news, the stories, the topics, and so many things that you won't believe. Dropping these jewels and knowledge and giving advice and perspective on everything. He got them hard discussions, roller-driven, buzzing, tune in to miss anything. Bringing the best of variety and different guests, keeping it real and lessons, they dress to impress. Every day chasing the check, follow, subscribing, request, it's time to decompress. Get everything off his chest, taking you guys on the quest into the mind of the podcast champion, and then telling y'all what he suggests. New season looking brighter, another level, take it higher. With all this info he acquired, giving whole stories the entire. Only here to inspire, feel it heat, he on fire. Now hope that I got your attention, the champ in the building, y'all watching Mr. TMI.
Yes. Monday, y'all. Happy Monday. This is the way that you start off a great week. Hey, I'm coming at y'all live on a special night. And the only reason why it's a special night is because it's a special person. Because I have none other than America's big sister in the can we say in the building? Absolutely, we can say in the building. So I want to give to y'all none other than America's big sister herself, Miss Tragil Wade Johnson. Hey, you know how we turn up.
That when the chorus had me going, I'm like, hey.
Wait, first of all, how you doing? How you doing? Look, wait, hold on. Because on TMI News, we are very transparent. Let me be in my professional mode and I'm only gonna say sis one time. This is Miss Tragil Wade Johnson. How are you doing?
I am great. So I can't say bro because I will say bro a lot of times.
we taking our shoes off on this?
No, yes. This is
all right, bet. We on the phone. Sis, what's going on with you?
I am good. I am more than good. I am super, super excited to be on the show tonight. Yes.
Man, I am super excited to have you. You just want to drop bombs and shake the world up this morning, don't you? Look, sis, you are in People's Magazine. That's huge.
That is mind-blowing. That is where they do that at? Where in what world? God, like really.
First of all, I gotta ask you, did you even know that this was happening?
I didn't. I did not know. I didn't. So this was a surprise. I mean, a good surprise, of course, to even be recognized in this article like this. And when I tell you, when I did hear about it, it was my husband sent it to my mom, and I'm working on literally a wedding, my sister's 10th year wedding anniversary. So all I know is that I'm working, I'm serving my sister that day. And I was just like, okay, no. And I kept going. And I just literally took that moment and that time to finally sit still. And when I tell you, I praise God in that place, I couldn't do nothing but fall to my knees and cry. You hear me? Real tears, just God, I don't deserve God, what I don't, God, I'm just a servant, serving whatever God tells me during this season. So I'm just in this you know, I want to stay in this space. I think it's a good space of just Thanksgiving. God, I just thank you. You know, it make you go back and think about all the stuff. And I know we're gonna go back, but it puts you in that space of just God, I thank you. God, from 59 in Prairie, God, I thank you. From the south side of Chicago, God, I thank you.
Wait,
God,
I got beef.
okay.
I got beef, and I ain't even mean to interrupt you.
Because my Thanksgiving for to keep going. Was you about to have beef with what?
I ain't even. I promise you, God, don't come get me now. You know I ain't got no sense and I ain't got no manners.
Oh.
I got beef with sis because she gonna stop claiming Southside. Cause 59th and Prairie, yes, that is definitely. But you are adopted by the West Side. Forget that. Y'all gonna stop claiming South.
You know,
All these great people
outside, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? But no, I'm Chi-Town. I'm
okay.
Chi-Town, that is. I'm Chi-Town. I'm Chicago land. You know, I'm all parts. Like I done lived in all parts, but for me, you know, you always listen. I gotta make sure I give it up though to Chicago because that's what you know. I'm that's what built me. That's the place I got built. And so when I tell you, you know how you know you think about a place and you're like, man, y'all got built there. Oh, so you know I ain't gonna break easy. You got built there. You know what I mean? There's certain places that you know when you know what you know. You're like, well, that's good quality. Okay, so that's the reason why I push Chi-Town. That's good quality. Y'all gotta know. You gotta know.
You absolutely right about that because I'm gonna say this: Chicago, we had to get out because you know it get a little rough.
Yeah.
But I'm here to say that if you can grow up in Chicago, you can go anywhere and live. You heard what I said. If you grow up in Chicago, you can go anywhere else and live because it puts something in us, and that's part of the reason that you have such drive and passion in what you're putting out here. And People's Magazine did a wonderful write-up on you. And they talked about your educational background and your okay, I'm gonna attempt this word. We on the phone, right? Y'all don't judge me. Me and sis on the phone. Philanthropy.
Philanthropy. Yes, I'm a philanthropist.
Philanthropist.
I'm a philanthropist. That's so good. I remember telling that to one of the kids, and I asked, "You want to be a philanthropist when you grow up?" And they thought it was some doctor or something. And I was like, "No, it is literally humanitarian. It is the opportunity to just be an activist, in you know in the area that concerns you, and it's the area that God has given me the ministry to, and that is girls."
Right.
And so, and at this point, I think God is widening the scope of me actually kind of being the voice to anybody that listens, right? Because again, you know, the story goes beyond that. Because even if you talk about my opportunity that I had with my brother, you know, kind of raising him. So, when I tell you, People Magazine, the writer hit on so much, and she did an amazing job. I've never read something that was so clear to who I am. I've never and so when I can say when I opened up the article, I really thought it was going to be an article about Dwyane Wade and you know and a little bit about me, you know, because that's how that works. And so it was a little bit about him and mostly about me, and I'm like, you know, and so, but and here's the thing, I don't do it for that, but to read it is like, wow, you know, and so people like, well, what do you hope for this article? Like, what do you feel like what do you hope for it to do? You know, I really wanted it. And when I saw this article, I really just felt great reading it, but it's all the women that has believed in me, all the people that have believed in me, and that's what I rejoice for. Once I was done rejoicing for God, I was in thanksgiving to all the people that has believed in me, even you, which is why, you know, let's do this day like we didn't got the news, let's go. I'm going with bro with the conversation because at the end of the day, it's the support. You know, I think you were one of my donors, like, you know, not to be throwing out numbers, but you were one of my big donors at one point, you know.
Don't you be telling them people that. I ain't got no money.
I thought about that when I said it. I thought about it when I said it.
I ain't got no money, regardless of that picture y'all saw. That I ain't got no money.
that was a long time ago when you had a lot of money a long time ago.
Way back. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but as somebody that believed in me, I was grateful for the article, for all of them people that believed in me, because they have been pushing me. You guys have been pushing me, in the space, and not necessarily be seen to be recognized for my sake, but for the sake of the girls, for the sake of America's Big Sister, for the sake of the Tragil Wade reading program. You know what I mean? For the sake of those things, and for the sake to give God glory. Hey, so that's why I'm grateful for the article. When I read it, I was just like, whoa, that's a bad girl, though. I could say, yay.
Man, so okay, we in the feel good stuff right now, because this feels very good. I'm so proud of you. First of all, let's be for real. You are so giving that you can find yourself in a space of not getting flowers where they deserve, where they are deserved, and you put so much of yourself into others. And I've always told you, man, first of all, not just the effect on my life, but the effect on my wife, my kids. I'm telling you, we on the phone, right?
Yeah.
Your God babies.
Yes.
What you have put into them babies is what you have put into so many young ladies and men, and they're now men, because she got old, right?
I got old.
Yeah, so and men, what you have put in them that will hold them forever. I always tell this story, and I have to tell it because it affected my life so much. Tragil is the reason why I have the no excuse attitude, because again, I'll run it down real quick. That year of, I believe it was 2011, I want to say, where the All-Star game was here in Dallas.
Wow.
And it was the worst snowstorm in the history of Dallas. If anybody remember.
Yes.
You couldn't even see the highways.
Yes.
And my sis put me on a mission. I ain't gonna tell y'all what the mission was. And I said, sis, I know you gave me this mission, but it's impossible because of the weather. Everything is shut down here. And sis said, you know what, bro? I'm from a world where you just make it happen. You don't make excuses of why you can't get it done. You just find a way to get it done. Yes. And I have carried that. I'm older than her, but she got me carrying this.
Did you get it done, bro?
It got done. It got done. And when I tell y'all, this wasn't some easy, well, McDonald's is open. Well, that McDonald's closed, so go to the other. No, it was not that. This was some exclusive, very small marketed stuff.
Yes.
I had to find. Y'all, I make it sound like weed, don't it?
No,
it was not weed.
No, they know.
It was very important to Tragil, her organization, as well as Dwyane's organization, who had partnered with Tragil for this event, for this weekend. And I'm so happy that we were able to get it done. Again, that's why I now share that advice with other folks, saying, hey, I'm not from a world of excuses. I'm from a world of, if you got to get it done, you get it done. However you can get it done. So I thank you. I'm going you can come on my show 42 more times, and I'm going to tell that story 42 more times.
Because you're a get it doneer now. And there's a t-shirt, and I remember years ago, it was, I was like, I gotta get a t-shirt for the get it doners. You going to get it done. You cannot come from where we're from and get to where we're at without getting it done. Fact. Right? You can't. It's no way. And what I mean by that is, you got to go the extra mile. You got to work hard. It's going to take you doing something that you probably wouldn't think that you would have done. Like, man, I didn't think this could. Yes. I remember that year too. And the funny thing is, that was a story that I literally just had with a young man, because we were in Dallas. We were refurbishing a court, I believe. Did we do that? I forgot, but I met the young man there, and ever since then we've been cool together. Hello, guys, they're getting in. And so we've been cool ever since even that time because we were able to build something together and we were able to get it done together. So yes, Chi-Town, let's go, yo.
So sis, you
Yeah.
know what? I recommend everybody to go and check out the People's Magazine article because this is such a write-up about you. And I appreciate the fact of knowing you, but I know the story.
Yes.
See, a lot of people don't understand
Yes,
the
you do.
beginning,
Yes, you
if
do.
I can say that much.
Yes, you do.
And if you don't mind me sharing this,
Go for it.
I understand that people see you as, oh, you Dwyane Wade's sister. He made it to the league. You should be good.
Mm-hmm.
That is not the circumstances
Mm-hmm.
in all cases.
Yes.
And I have seen my sis on her own merit get it out the mud.
Yes.
Get it out the mud.
Yes, that's it.
Tragil, what is that driving force you got in yourself to look in the toughest of times, you know, pick yourself up, pull yourself out the mud, and not only help yourself, but continue to help others?
You know what? I think it was the fact that and it'll make me go back to when I was a shorty, right? It'll make me go back to the hard times that I had as a shorty. It'll make me even go back to the times when I dealt with a situation where I was being abused, right? And I remember thinking I could never get out of that and alive, right? I was in a situation where I never thought I can get out of life at 16 years old, you know, 17 years old. It was no way that I felt that I can get out of that situation alive, and to where, I mean, at one point I didn't even want to live, right, because of all the things that was happening in that situation. And so I felt, this is my honest truth, like when I got out of that alive, there at this point, it's like I live life with that mental space that if it didn't kill me, ain't nothing else going to do it. And you know how sometimes you've been through something. That's what when you got people that have been through some stuff and you like, that didn't kill me. God ain't finna let this do it. Okay, that didn't do it. Let's go. Let's go, life. Let's go. Whatever you bring into me, let's go. Because that right there was a little bit of hell. And I understand that living like that, and I didn't, and I'm still here and I'm still strong. Let's go, life. You know what I'm saying? And you know how you'll look at a fight like, you weak, you know what I mean? That's the punch you got now. So when people see things happening,
been there.
You know what I'm saying? You be like,
all you got?
You know that hit a little boom, you be like, oh, that's all you got. So not to say that I live life in a battle, but it does feel like that sometimes, right? Because I gotta keep proving myself. I gotta keep letting people know, like, I've been here. You know what I mean? Like you know, that's him. That, and if I would, you know, we brothers, you my brother, right? So, brother, let's be clear. At the end of the day, you know how I felt about when Dwyane made it to the league. My thing was, he made it for himself.
That's right.
Leave himself. So now, because my little brother made it to the league, guess how relieved am I? I'm relieved, right? Because we are kids from South Chicago. You know what I'm relieved? I'm relieved that I ain't got to put no money on his books. You know what I mean? That part. I'm relieved that I ain't got to help raise his kids, and I ain't got to go telling his kids, you know, yeah, I got you, TT got you. No, he got you. You know what I'm saying? I know what pitfall was positioned for him if he would have stayed where he would have stayed. That's just me being young and knew this. You know what I'm saying? Right. I've already seen it around me. I got family that you know what I'm saying, that did not, you know what I mean, come out of it, come out the hood. So I know what I know what I know. So since I know what I know, I am clear that even when I spoke to him and he made it to the league, my thing to him was just take care of yourself, man. Just, I'm proud of you. Sis gonna be all right. You know, sis gonna be all right. Sis stayed in school. Sis graduated from college. Sis be all right. Don't worry about me. He was married. He had go live your life. And so I never was in a position, you know, I want to be, listen, I want to be a teacher. I want to be educated. I got my dreams. He had his, I had mine, right? Bro, live out yours. Do it. I'm right behind you, bro, because I'm going to live out mine, right? Not knowing that one day they both was going to collide together and the opportunity was going to present itself, right? Not knowing that. But just, you know, I mean, you brought that up. So I just wanted to kind of put a little sugar on that just so they can know that, you know, I tell people, listen, my success, I don't try to toot my horn like, oh, I was successful before him. But the reality is he drove my brand new car for prom. Okay. I was the one to get him his first cell phone. Okay. Let me be clear. So so the push, you know, I gotta give a shout out to my granny. I gotta give a shout out
Yes.
to Willa Mae. Willa Mae
Yes.
showed me how this looks to just keep going, you know. And so Willa Mae passed away. And a lot of times when, you know, when someone leave your life, you be like, man, like that was a big, you know, that's still a missing space for me. But
Yes.
here's the other thing God gave me was my mama comeback. So a
That's
lot of
right.
times when you sit back and you be like, Tragil, where you get it from? I can't deny God because of her comeback.
Hmm.
Yo, God, every time, even if I want to put my hands up, because it still is answering your question. Even if I want to put my
Oh,
hands
you good. Flow.
get it from. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, every time God keeps showing himself, he'll keep showing himself. And I
Yeah.
always say, I'm a witness to it. Be careful on knocking your space of witnessing greatness. Don't
Hmm.
knock that space because that space right there encourages you. That space right there allows you to glean and to see and to imagine greater. That space
Right.
right there, man, I love it. I love the witness space. I'd be like, oh, inspire me, you know. So that is, you know, where I feel like I got it from, you know, from my upbringing to, you know, constantly seeing you know, the women in my life or in the men in my life, because my dad come back is crazy too. You know,
Absolutely.
it's just come back like they
Wait, so
are.
they don't understand. Can I do something real quick?
Go for
Shout out to my boy D Wade Senior, man. Hit me
it.
up. That's my boy right there.
That's
All
your
right,
boy.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's your boy. Yo, at the end of the day, come back, you know, come back, king and queens all around me. So
And,
how
and yeah, that's what
anytime
I
I
wanted.
am down, I know how to get back up. That's the
Right.
thing about it. When you learn how to get back up, there's never to the day I die will ever be down and do not know what it takes to get back up. I know the recipe now.
Yes. And you've witnessed some great comebacks. I mean, first of all, the strength that your grandma and the influence that your grandma had on the entire family, of
Yeah,
course, was passed down.
yeah,
But to see your look, it's not easy to overcome the Chicago streets,
yeah,
especially when a vice gets a hold of you.
yeah,
And you got to witness your mom. Shout out to Pastor Wade. You
yes,
got to witness your mom's comeback.
yes,
So again, that goes back to you when you said things like at one point you wanted to end it all and so
yeah,
on and so forth.
yeah,
But you thought about it. Wait a minute. It ain't gonna always be like this because I remember when and I remember when. So that type of strength seems like it is in the blood, which
yes.
is great.
Yeah. You see, what happens a lot of times when we grow up with disadvantages in
Yes.
life, some of us take it and we want to just keep on like this is why I'm this. That disadvantage has to become your advantage at some
Mm,
point. At
mm.
some point, that disadvantage is going to have to become your advantage, right? And that's what I mean by that. Like, let's make that. Yeah, that may have been a disadvantage, but where does it become your advantage when you're able to say, "Oh, but wait a minute, listen, all I do is wait, no matter what. Like, give me a moment, I'll be back." You
Wait,
know,
sis normally do this when she's on live and she's giving her testimony. Somebody put that in the comments, please. Don't make your disadvantage. Wait, what did it say? Make your disadvantage your advantage.
yes, make your
Put
turn.
that in the comments for the people, please. We preaching
When you
tonight. Let's go.
feel at some of your disadvantages, this is how we get healed. This is how we get set free from the disadvantages by looking at them and saying, well, now how could this thing become now my advantage? Right.
Right.
So if it turns out where I went through things and the fact that now I got a story to tell, I'm not about to keep that story quiet. This can now become an advantage. I can write a book now. I could become a speaker of this thing now because this thing is something, you know, that I made it through. Somebody needs to
Right.
know that I made it through that. Somebody needs to know that you made it through whatever it is. that disadvantage becomes your advantage. And next thing you know, you got the world wanting to know more about how did it happen? What did it got? And now you become the expert
Right.
in that situation. This is clearly it is. But bro, I'm not here to give the business strategies. I am literally just elated that I get an opportunity where someone finally just said, "Hey, let me write about Tragil." And
Let's talk about. Look, they say let's talk about you. Look,
yes, yes,
we get everything else, and
yes,
with all respect in the world, we've definitely heard that side of the story. But
yeah,
it is refreshing to hear your side of the story when it comes to the triumphs, the obstacles, and the things that you've gotten over. I got a question regarding your educational background.
yeah.
What kept you motivated to continue your education?
That's why that's a good. Let me tell you why that's a good question. The reason why that is a good question is because um it was a long journey. And as a young person, my mom was incarcerated while I was in high school. And so, what I do know, and I talk to young people all the time about, you know, I could have dropped out. Like, I could have stopped. Like I could have, like if you really think about it. So even beyond college, I mean, like I can go way back to high school and say that I could have just, just kind of tapped out then and just start living life and doing whatever.
Right.
But I loved school. It was the one thing that I was very, very aware of and was looking forward to. It was the one thing that was my life every day. I never knew what was life going to be like, but I was clear that if I did this, this was the return. So when you're in life and you don't know what the return is on investments and everything you do, at least at school, I understand that if I did this, this was going to be the return. Right. So it was the one place in life that had the abilities to show me that I was growing. What I mean? And so I think that what people don't know is that like Bill Cosby and Bill Cosby was my favorite show. I still tell that all the time. And I remember loving the idea that I could be Claire Huxtable one day, and so I held on to the fact that I could be a college student because they brought the different so everything that I kept thinking and I just kept pushing for because it was just dreams that I began to say that I would want for myself. Like I wanted something different. So and I knew to get something different I had to do something different, so I just had to keep going. So my bachelor's degree, true story, it took me 10 years to get. Nobody ever know that. No one knew that. It took me 10 years. Said, your girl, why did it take you so long? What? That's why I know you're asking, because Uh, I will take one class. I don't care, but I'll take another. I knew that I had to work, so I had to work like 2, 3 jobs. But I will take a class. I will always do it because I wanted to graduate. Like I am big on goal setting
Right.
and accomplishing it. I am. If it's a goal, I am huge on it. And then I did have one person. This is just for those that's listening. One person had told me, Tragil, if you start incompletion at a young age, you will
Mm.
continue incompletion. It is important that you complete something so you can know what it feels like to complete, and that way you can continue to complete in the days to come. Don't start in completion, because that then becomes something that will follow you.
Sis, you preaching on here today. Oh
Okay.
my God. And look, I'm trying to hold back the tears because I'm like, oh my God, these are such jewels. Y'all need to be watching this interview with a notepad
I know.
because sis is dropping absolute jewels. And so we all know that you love education, and you can definitely love education for yourself because you see self growth. But what made you want to pass that education on to others? What is your passion behind that?
I think the passion was I had people to pour into me, right? I did have people pour into me, and some that, didn't. I wish they did, right? It's just it's like, but I know this is what it takes to win. This is what it takes to win, right? So after, it's only so many wins I can be a part of before I say, and for God showed me, like, it's time to show somebody how to win in life. I've been a part
Right.
of a lot of wins, a lot of wins. Listen, I've been a part of a lot of wins, not only in my life, but even in me being in that witness space. I've been a part of a lot of wins. I told somebody the other day, y'all, the parades, I've been in them. I've been in several parades. I've
Yes.
been on the floats. Yes, I've been
Yes.
on floats. Okay, I've been in them. So at the end of the day, I've seen a lot of wins. I know what it takes to win, and so to constantly see young people losing, it breaks my heart. When I tell you,
Right.
I cry real tears. I cry real tears from television, and the fact that we got social media now, I can read it. It'd be almost daily that my heart literally, just goes into a space of just like, wow, like I don't want to see them lose. I
Yes.
need to see them win. I know what it takes to win. So, God, if you give me an opportunity, I'll do that. And I felt that it was a mandate on my life that God just was like, okay, Tragil, this is what I want you to do. And so I just began to share it. I just began to share it. So, um, so I don't have a book yet, and it is coming about.
Oh my God. I know that book is gonna be off the chain. Look,
This book gonna be amazing. I've been trying to get a book for years, but I think that's
hey,
what it is. I don't know. Did I ever share anything with you that you can remember? But I think that's what it is. We didn't talk so much.
oh yeah. Let me say this. Then you go on to create America's Big Sister. And America's Big Sister is very successful, in my opinion, helping thousands of girls. However, it wasn't always like that. And you had to build.
Yeah.
I know the answer, but I want you to tell the people, man, what made you continue even through the hard times and the losses? America's Big Sister.
You know what? You know the answer, but you got to tell me because here's the thing I tell you. Um, First of all, of course, I got to give God, all praise,
Yes,
honor, glory. It's the season of Thanksgiving. You
that's
know,
right.
when you are in philanthropy, when you're in a nonprofit space, shout out to anybody that's in this nonprofit space. Shout out. I keep saying to myself, I want to host an event for them. I want to let them come for free somewhere and get massaged or whatever. I don't even know, but
Yes,
shout out to those who do this work because it is a lot of work. I tell people, this ain't for the faint at heart. And so I will say, God, I mean, he allowed me to meet people that continues to believe in me. So I got a great team that I'm excited about. What keeps me going, America's Big Sister, is just, like I said, it's young people I keep meeting. I don't want to shout out some of my young people's names, but I got a few young people that I love, love, love. One of my young people that I remember even witnessing is my own cousin. People that do know me know the story about my cousin being shot and killed in Chicago, just
yes, yes,
uh, a few miles away from where we raised up at. And I can remember even then it happened. I'm like, I got to do something. And I had a little cousin by the name of Summer. And I remember looking at Summer saying, wow, her life will never be the same, right? Because she was a big sister. And I was like, how can I help? How can I help? What can I do? And I started there with just, in Summer, I always laugh at Summer. She's full on college and been to college, been all kind. But I remember she was one of the first ones I would give awards to when I started.
right.
I will always want to honor the fact that that I see her, and I wanted all of them to know that I see you. I see your battles. I see where you're at. I see you, and I wanted people to see me, and I think that's why I do it mostly because I want them to know that I see them.
That is so awesome, and it is so important. Like, especially dealing with our children and children from our background, which hell, I ain't about to decorate it, a ghetto background.
Get
We don't get acknowledgement or encouragement on a continuous basis that would help build us up, we get more tear down than anything. So having an organization like America's Big Sister, man, when you see the smiles on those children's faces, I
Yeah.
mean, I had the opportunity to work at a couple of them,
Yeah.
and my family has had the opportunity to work at a couple of them.
Yes,
And
your wife can't do it no more though. She can't.
yeah, we can't. Oh my God, we can't even talk about that. But yeah, she can do it, but she can't travel.
No, she's gonna sit on the side. And I'm gonna watch her the whole time. Woo! But yes, I
Since
mean,
y'all want to be in my business, y'all want to be in our business. We on the phone. My
yeah,
wife got very sick, man. Like she got hospitalized, right?
yes, yes,
Like after she came back
yes.
from, but that was all that joy that went. Never mind.
No, so it's a lot of work. It's a lot of intense
Yes,
work because
yes.
I ended up being hospitalized and I didn't tell anybody after I
Are you
left.
serious?
Yeah, I wound up going. I wound up leaving Norfolk and had to go to the emergency room, and it's just a lot of, especially if you, the way that we go, right, the way
Yes, yes,
how hard working we are, and it's for the kids, so we don't feel nothing at the moment, right? The adrenaline of it's for them, it's for them. We don't feel it at the moment. But because she did two events with me in one day, and so right when I got the stamina for her, she did both. Like she went, we had the one event that was the women's luncheon. Then we went over to a movie screening for the girls. So yeah, I remember her being with me that day, and it was a lot. So a lot of people most people that does work with me, they know it. It's a lot of hard work, and so
yes.
and people always see the product afterwards. And at the same time, I have to put this smile on. So I'm hoping that I put my smile on the best I can, but it's all about the spirit of excellence. And I'm always big, and that's what she knows. She knows we operate in the spirit of excellence. So she wanted to make sure she stayed in the spirit of excellence. So she did that. Then she
Man,
ended up good.
the first time I worked an event for you, that I didn't even know I had bad feet until that day. My feet was hurting so bad. Oh my God. but,
Anybody
but
watching that work with me before, just say I agree. If you
oh
watch
my
it,
goodness. Yeah, I know it's a lot of people out there that have
I
volunteered or
agree.
whether they're on the staff
All
that
those that are
understand.
volunteering and entities in it, just say I agree, right? Because
But now,
we push it because here's the thing about it is this is mostly they're always free, right? And so anytime you're doing free events and you want it with the spirit of excellence, everybody has to put in extra work to make it happen, right? Because it's free. So it's not like we got major sponsors, and I will love that. Oh, Greta said, love you, sis, because Greta was one of them. And so I've just found myself in a space where it's like I know what it takes to give them something nice. I want them to always feel good when they enter a room. I want them always to know that they are, loved. And so yeah, because we don't have major sponsors, this is what happens. Most people that do volunteer their time, we gotta do it right or don't do it at all. Yes, you give it, you do it or you don't do it at all. And that's kind of how I sit in the space. Now, someone did prophesy to me one day and say, Tragil, I know you want to be maestros, but you got to be okay with Roscoe's chicken and waffle. And I said,
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what? I get it. I get it, sis, when she gave me the analogy because Maestro's is the big steakhouse, and that's what I do. I do this, but people come to Roscoe's, celebrities and everything, because of what you give. As long as you give good quality of what you're doing, then people will come. And so I am grateful that Apostle always tell me that God will raise up people to use their power, their ability, and their influence to help me. And I'm in a grateful space from People's Magazine. I'm grateful.
yes. People, shout out to People's Magazine again, man.
Yeah.
Because again, a lot of what gets attention out here is the negative news.
Yes.
And I will tell you, that's the reason why the Bold and Driven Network, as well as TMI News, exist, is because we want our people, such as Tragil and others, to come on and tell their side of the story, their story.
Yeah.
What the yes, there's obstacles and everything. However, how often do we get to hear that hard work pays off?
Yes.
Because in today's society, you step on somebody's neck. That's what it seems like. You step on somebody's neck, and that's what pays off.
Right.
So I like to bring people who I know got it out the mud.
Yeah.
And that means so much to me.
Yeah.
Because when everybody is not looking and when everybody is not praising you, that consistency that you have to have get tough sometimes.
Yes. How
So
it does.
so I thank you for sharing your wisdom.
Yes.
But you continue to think outside the box because now you have Tragil Wade Johnson's summer reading program.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that.
So it was literally a reading program that was originally created. It was Dwyane Wade's reading program.
Gotcha.
And so that's where it originally started at Marquette University. And what I was excited about when I first sat down, I'll never forget, president level. I found out, like, I got a call that he was going to be in Chicago. We met in Chicago at lunch, and I sat beside him and I began to just tell him how, excited I am to keep Dwyane connected to Marquette University. And that I really, really wanted to, we wanted to find something that was unique to him and to all. And real quick, just to let everybody know, when you want celebrities connected to your brand, you got to find where it's a unique connection, right?
Yes.
If it's not a connection, don't stop reaching out to people that don't have no idea about growing grass, and you want them to be a part of your grass growing program. Okay.
Right.
Just a little business strategy. But I did, and they found out this reading space, and the reading space was so important to us because at the time Dwyane was, single parent, raising his kids and raising my nephew. And that was something that we had, found ourselves kind of being involved in, to help them. And then we started researching third grade reading levels where Black boys were, or period, people were literally going to prison. Was a correlation. I want to say that it's a correlation between prison being built by the third grade reading levels. Statistics shows that those reading levels does state, statistically, they don't do well in life, right? So we wanted to be a part of how do we get in front of that? So that's what the reading program has been doing now for over 6 years. So lo and behold, all I know was that our contract was up. I get invited there. It was our final year, which was last year. And I was so excited to be with Dwyane, to let him be a part of his final year, and he showed up to the school and I was like, I walked in there like, guys, it's our final year. If you believe it. And then he makes this announcement. It is not our final year.
Right.
We're now extending it for another 6 years, as now the Tragil Wade Johnson reading program.
That is, oh man,
That's
that is so
I
awesome.
started that because I pushed it, I pushed reading, I pushed all of that. And so he began to tell the story about him being a reader. And I was the big sister that was a little pushy about him reading. Just a little bit, just a little pushy.
Right. Just do a slap in the back of the head every now and then.
Yeah, a little bit of pushiness. But he was gonna read today. You gonna read today.
Right.
So it was an honor, definitely honored. So a lot of honoring has been happening. So I'm honored. I was honored with this reading program. I'm an honorary. I have an honorary doctorate in humanitarian, right?
Yes.
Yes, I'm a honorary member of Sigma Gamma Rho. So all of this honoring is happening. And as much as I am in the space, I think for me, but I'm still working, right? So at the end of the day, I'm grateful when I'm honored. I appreciate people honoring me, but most times I keep my head down. So a lot of times you working and you keeping your head down while you work, you know what? At some point, God will, tap on you, to just look up for a minute, right? A lot of times you sowing seeds, but at some point there is a harvest time, and when the harvest time do come, picture one of them harvest people trying to put a shovel in their hand to do, because that's me. I'm sowing seeds all the time.
Facts.
But when do I put my basket in my hand to come?
Right.
When do I put my hand to just collect the goodness of the Lord, right? And so that's what I mean. I feel like this is the season to just collect, but it's hard. I tell God all the time, when I sow, I'm ready to work again. God, let me. So I am working on something new that have not came out, and I don't want to talk about it on now, but it's something
No
new.
problem.
I am in a sabbatical with God, and we are talking this thing through. And people say, "You talking to God?" Yes, I am. I'm telling him, "You show." I don't know, God. You think so, God? Like, God, that's too much, you know. But I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. And just excited about what he's doing in my life. Period.
Oh my God, that is just amazing. And I'm gonna tell you like this: me and sis always get on the phone, and we always okay, forget it. Sis done heard every wild idea that I've ever had. This is way before Mr. TMI, y'all.
Yes.
Sis know about the clothing line I wanted to come out with. She know
Yes.
about the daggone candy store. The
Yes.
you know about everything. And
Or
one thing I'm gonna say is she constantly encourages me
yes.
to continue to push forward. The I'll be honest, the consistency that I hold myself accountable for is attributed somewhat to you, because I see that consistency that you continue to, no matter what happens. And okay, America's Big Sister is going to be in this state this year, and then next year we're going to be in this state. And guess what? She don't just say it, because trust me, it's a lot of us out here with big ideas.
Yes.
Big ideas, but they never go anywhere. It
Yo.
always comes to life.
Yeah.
And again, when Tragil puts her mind on something, she sees it to the end. And that is so important. You mentioned that earlier about the holding yourself accountable for completion
Yes.
instead of incompletion,
Yeah.
because I know that drives me nuts.
Yes.
When
Yes.
when adults, and I'll be honest, when adults come to me with reasons why they can't get stuff done, it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
I can't do it because my mama used to. I'm gonna put this out here. You got a certain age you can complain about what your parents didn't do.
You say that too.
After that, it's on you. The
Yes.
reason why you ain't go nowhere.
Yes. That's it.
And again, we always, well, reason why I ain't do this is because I'm from here. Well, this is living witness telling you that it doesn't matter where you come from.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what your background is.
Yeah.
You have that drive and that compassion and that will to complete it.
Keep going to complete it. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. And so I tell people, you know, that's why I do that. All I do is win, 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 no matter
Yes.
what. And I really push on that no matter what part, because right when you feel that you are losing, I just want you to continue to trust, believe in you, and trust God, because at some point you will win. So I'm extremely proud of you, Tate, as well, because at some point you will win. So when I see you doing like the comedy show, we talked about this comedy show 5, 6, I don't even know how many years ago it was.
Years ago.
Many years, right before COVID and all that. And so, but now you're doing this, and you're doing it.
I gotta be transparent. I'm sorry to interrupt you, sis.
Yeah.
But I wanna send a shout out to my director. This tells my director that I don't just come up with whim ideas. I promise you, these ideas been there for years. So
Yes.
Tragil just told you that this comedy show we talked about 5 years ago.
Yeah, when the baby graduated, when the Nia
Baby,
graduated.
shoot, when Nia
Graduated, yes.
Nia graduated, and she like 30 now.
Yes. My baby like that. Oh, but yes. So when Nia graduated, I remember. So it's just been, and again, I always tell people it's in God's timing.
Yes.
It's in God's timing. And when you know in God's timing, do not discard all the things and the visions he have shown you. Don't discard them, because in God's timing it will come to pass. A lot of times we think it's right now. God will show you a vision and we think it's right now, but it's not necessarily right now. So my thing is, don't throw it away. Still keep it. Even if you have to keep, I got books right here on stuff, and it's like, Tragil, why you got a big old book? Because it's my visions. So I'll get a vision and it may not come to pass right now, but it's going to soon come to pass. And I don't know. because I know right now may not be the time, but it's gonna soon come to pass. And at least I got the vision that God showed me, right? And that's the thing. We just sometimes feel like, oh no, I see the vision right now, and we'll get out there before God. And when we get out there before God, it really. So I'm glad that you slow down sometimes. I love it because you'll get in front of yourself, then you'll catch yourself. You will catch yourself kind of person.
Yes.
So, yo, I do want to do this. I want to shout out my husband too.
Yes. I was going there. Hold on.
Okay, you want okay. So I don't want to make because I seen time. I'm like, oh, time ticking.
No, man. Look. This is our platform. Ain't no time.
We
got
no
time.
Time.
As much time as you want. And so since you mentioned it,
yeah,
you're now married.
Yes.
And again, congratulations.
Yes.
Shout out to your husband and them Kansas City Chiefs. Every time they win, I think about him. I promise you.
Everybody do. Everybody calls him.
Nobody rep harder than him.
Listen, my background was almost Kansas City, and I was like, let me move my camera because let me bring the black background because Kansas City is everywhere in the house now.
Yes.
So I mean, here's the thing about that is, we're coming to our 4th year anniversary. The writer literally mentions our anniversary celebrations in there. Did you read that?
And they know all your business like
that's it. That's all I'm telling people. People like, you didn't tell them that. Listen, that's what I say. The research is so good. And I'm like, what? They brought up all of our year anniversaries.
Either the FBI or Natasha research y'all.
So we literally are coming up on our 4th year
anniversary.
And I was sitting there and I was like, how do you have an anniversary without adversity? You catch that? I really feel like the word adversity should be an anniversary.
Their cup is runneth over. You're dropping too many jewels.
You know more. Okay.
You drop it. Go. No, keep going. God, dog.
How do you have an anniversary without adversity? I literally was just saying that. Like, how do you, we get into a space where we're always just so grateful that we made it to this many years and whatever you do. Your anniversary in it, right? Our anniversary for our businesses, our anniversary for our friendship, our anniversary with our marriage. How do you have an anniversary without adversity?
Adversity, that's right.
And how do you, and the adversity has to be overcame, right? So you're now an overcomer of adversity, which is how you got to the anniversary. Come on, somebody need to preach that. I'll preach it next time. My mama, if you listening, you need to preach that, mama. So
I'm gonna preach that, please. I'm gonna be on there.
I'll be on. But
if you just made me think, my wife and I are coming up on 24 years. And you are so right. We now it's to the point where we're overcoming adversities that we don't even realize.
Yes.
Because the adversities are becoming crusty to us right about now.
We used to it.
It's like, what? They trying to whatever. But at an early marriage age, because it don't matter your earthly age.
Yeah.
At an early marriage age, you come up against some adversities that try to tear you apart.
Yeah.
And it's real easy at that point.
Yeah.
It's really easy. So when you say 4 years, it took me back to the adversities that we were overcoming at that time, whether it was family, friends, loved ones, financial, or just flat out just trying to get used to mending both of our lives together.
Yes.
Tell us because your world is huge in your things that you do. When you got married, how did you overcome that adversity? Those adversities?
You know what? And I think we're still working in that overcoming space. I think we're finally, matter of fact, I feel like we're in a good spot, right? Because it did take some time for us to, like, one of the first things my husband was big on about me traveling, right? I travel all the time. And so we had to come up with, okay, travel Tragil, like, you all the way married. You can't leave your husband in bed too long. You know what I mean? You gotta have some time. We come on back home.
Right.
We just started putting like some things in place and just having real conversations. One of the things as a newly married woman that is also a believer in God, one of the things I will say is that the church sometimes teaches us, to not speak up. And I always say we will miss conversations. We will not even have them. Why? Because we don't want, we don't want to, ruffle no feathers, or,
Yes.
because the Bible tells us that as the king of the house, you can still make sure that he stays king by having royalty conversations. There's a royalty conversation when you talk about finances. This is about our royalty. This is about, our future in life. That's a queen kind of conversation, to talk about what you desire as a queen. It's okay to have the conversations, but I did not do them early on. And so that creates some adversity when you don't have the right conversations, all because of, I don't want to, I just want to be happy. And I want to live in this little bubble of life that I just want to be happy. I just want peace. That's what we do all day long. But you can't get it. Ease and peace, right? The word that is not as easy to get it, but when you get it, you got it. So I am grateful today that where we're at now, and coming into our 4th year. I was like, we need to go live and just kind of, I love to keep it real. We need to go live and keep it real with the people about the, the adversities that we found ourselves in, being honored so much, and being honored, and my husband being a man that he is. He's a man's man, and so with him also being in his space now, people don't see his quiet. We live a life in this house. We both live a life on purpose, but quietly, all the things that he does, right? It don't come as loud as mine. And so I'm big to let him know, like, it doesn't take away, though, that he's doing just as great work, right? And so because we both doing the work, that's the thing too. You can't be in this space and with someone that don't get it. Right. Because we both do the work, we get it. We get that we get tired in our spirit sometimes. We get that these kids, that we talk to, may have some heavy loads that may get put on us sometimes. We might be around with the load, we get it. And I think that's what I'm grateful for. And so coming into our 4th year anniversary, after maybe next week, we're going to start getting people's suggestion as to what movie that we should be playing this time around.
I love when y'all do that. Now, if y'all don't know what Tragil is talking about, each year you and your husband have done a themed anniversary movie photo shoot, right?
Yes.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, the one I love was Queen and Slim.
Queen and Slim. I love the Queen and Slim too. I love that because we actually got feedback from the producer of Queen and Slim. She wind up Lena Hathaway. Is that her name?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that is Lena. Somebody gonna tell me correct, but she ended up literally positioning, or should I say, saying y'all did that. Like she said, I was so excited about it. Like, yes. So she literally enjoyed it. Even the actress enjoyed that one. So we did do that one. We did let me see. We did Coming to America, right?
Yeah, I remember that one. Yes. Yep.
We did. Oh gosh, I can't remember. They all downstairs in the movie room now because we done blew them all up, so they're huge. Poetic Justice.
Suggestion. I'm gonna try to, let me think if I can give you a live suggestion.
Poetic Justice. We did that one already.
Wait, you did which one?
We did Poetic Justice already.
Okay, yeah.
We did that one. We did. It was the 4th one. Oh no, we're going to the 4th one now. Okay.
Have y'all done Love and Basketball yet?
We have not.
Love and Basketball is my suggestion. Anybody else out there? Y'all give Tragil y'all suggestions.
All right, Love and Basketball.
Love and Basketball is the one I suggest.
All right. Well, we've already did our photo shoot. So
also this one is done.
This one is done.
Okay, bet. I want to see. Ooh, I can't wait to see that.
Yes, I'm like, what do y'all think we did? So your thing is we did it already.
Scarface.
Okay. That's because you like them when you can. Don't start.
So this is absolutely first of all, it's an absolute honor to have you on this platform. You already know, you family, you sis, all that other stuff. But again, you don't have to do what you do. And when you called me this morning and said, "Hey, bro, I want to come on your platform and tell my story regarding the People's
Yeah.
Magazine."
Someone else wanted me to do theirs, and I was like, no, 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 no. I prefer to do yours. I was, it was so many ideas too. Someone was like, well, don't you do like an event? And I was like, no, I just want to just talk to bro about it, and that's it. And because I got to get back to work, so
Right, right.
we get a moment to celebrate. Woo, cheers, woo! Right now, we're celebrating right now, but I am back to work. Come tomorrow, head down, back grinding.
And I want to say this, man, like a lot of people don't understand the experiences that I as well as my family have had and I'm going to say and the situations that we have been blessed to be put in that in my opinion I never saw happening in my life have come from Tragil Wade Johnson. The very shoe that sits behind me that I proudly display on every show, the very ball that's behind me that I proudly display on every show, all of the people that I have met that I never thought I would meet a day in my life, I thank you,
Bro.
sis, for providing those opportunities.
Bro, it's bucket listers, and when someone I mean it the fact that you appreciate and that you enjoyed and you love and you know what I'm saying, and the love that y'all show me, like again, this is not a one-way street. Like you all have shown me love family wise, of course, my god babies, but I'm just grateful like that we have this, and it's what, 20 years or more.
Oh,
I don't
yes.
know the
It's
number.
or more. It's
It's more.
definitely more. Yeah.
The kid, it's the kids get so old on me, and I just be like, "Am I that old?" But yes, the and more years that from Chi-Town, that what I mean. From, listen, the white building, all of that good stuff. So I'm grateful for
Yes.
this opportunity that we've been able to just still be in this space together. And I love you guys, and I'm just grateful that we were able to chop it up. I don't know, do you even get time for questions, or if there's anybody with questions? I know we already been talking for an hour or not. But maybe we'll
Wait, no, I got this. If anybody got any questions that they would like to ask Tragil, I would say call in, but no, ain't no phone line tonight.
ain't no
Put
phone
your
line.
questions in the comments and we'll definitely address them. You got about 5 minutes to put your questions in the comments. And
No.
we'll address those questions. But again, this is one thing on Bold and Driven platform. We want to celebrate successes, but we want to definitely let everybody know that nobody just wake up and they say, we're going to do this for you. It takes a lot of dedication, determination. You have to be bold. You have to be driven.
Yeah,
And look, you gotta put God first.
that's it.
You
That's it.
gotta put God first. That is
That's it.
so very important
That's it.
that you go to God
Yes.
with what you desire. Now,
Right.
don't think that it's going to all of a sudden say, oh, well, since you went to me, my child, poof. No, it is absolutely not going to happen like that
Yeah.
because what you desire does take a lot of hard work to accomplish.
Yeah.
And you go to God and he give you that ability. He's going to open those doors and things like that. But it's up to you to continue to push and not give up.
Yeah. I say you go to God to get him involved. Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get him involved in your situation. You get him involved. You petition. You make your petition known unto the Lord. Dwyane always say that. I told him, be specific unto God. So sit there and be specific to God. Like, what is it that you desire? The biggest attribute that I remember as a young person that I loved when I read about God is that I was never alone, and that if I'm faithful over little things, He'll make me ruler over many. And so most times people will frown upon the small things, but instead I always feel like it's an opportunity for me to show my faithfulness unto the Lord. And so I would say that to anybody that's watching, should just be faithful over little things, and watch God make you rule over many. And so I think that's the same for you, brother, is that you constantly being faithful over the things that you're faithful of. People don't know you as the choir singer. Like I know you as the
Wait. You busting me out now. Hold on.
brother. They don't know. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? The
You
deacon.
know.
They don't know you singing in the choir. They don't know that one. You know what I mean? But
Wait, you know too much. God, dog. No, I'm just playing. That's my sis. I love her too.
y'all
She
don't
know
play that.
about the choir. You
Came to
know
church,
about.
you know, don't play now. It came.
Oh my
And so
God.
it's just being faithful over the things of God. And so a lot of times people say, "Well, do you got to be a preacher?" No, honestly, just be faithful. Just gain your relationship with God and
Right.
watch and I always say, watch you show up in these rooms that you would never even expect. Like I mean, he's showing up right now with the People magazine, and I was like, listen, I haven't asked for a PR. I ain't called no PR people or nothing. I'm literally in this space, literally just sitting before God and just waiting for him to download my next. And I feel real good about it, but we're still discussing it as I keep saying.
Nice.
So
We
no
we
questions. We ain't got no questions.
we got a couple of questions, sis.
Oh,
So let's go ahead and throw those questions up there. I'm gonna throw up one from Dr. Kimberly Johnson. She said, what motivates you to keep going despite challenges?
oh, Dr. Kimberly. Listen, Dr. Kimberly, I love you. I love Dr. Kimberly. Matter of fact, I'll be talking to you tomorrow because we back at work. Um, um, what motivates me to keep going despite the challenges, little Tragil. Years ago I tried to, kind of get rid of that young little Tragil, but actually little Tragil motivates me,
Right.
to stay reminded of what little Tragil went through. And to know that how I did think at some point that ain't nobody go through what I went through, but then I found out no, they're going through this still today, the same exact thing that you went through. So that what motivates me. And then what motivates me is that people believe in me, like you, Dr. Kimberly, who continues to get on the calls and to assist us in the programming space. So that's what keeps me going. If no one believed in me and no one, even got on any of these calls, because I'm always calling for a meeting, I can't imagine it, but God don't call you out alone. You know what I mean? So like you have your team, you know what I'm saying? That motivates you. People, Natasha, like all these people you have on your team. The reality is, if they were not on your team, you know what I'm saying? But people are looking and gleaning to you, and
Right.
they need you to show up, and that makes it even greater.
Shout out to Natasha that got off a flight and ran home to get in the studio and help
Thank
us out tonight.
you, Natasha. Yes, because I was like,
And look, we ain't gonna even fake. Shout out to Natasha because Natasha got this thing together in a matter of hours because you are that important to us, Tragil. Thank
thank
you
you.
so much for the
This
opportunity.
wasn't even a show. This ain't even your regular show time, right?
This my Monday night off, but this was that important for Tragil to call me. So look, we got to make it happen. Remember what you said, no excuses, make it happen.
Make it happen. All right.
Natasha said, how can we learn more about the America's Big Sister program?
Well, actually on our website. So America's
Yes.
Sisters with an S.com, America's with an S, Big Sisters with an S.com, right? Don't forget those S's in there. So America's Big Sister was really just one person at one point, which was me. I'm the big sister, right? But once I began to, call and speak out, people begin all over the world just begin to say yes. So now we sisters with an S. Hey, to V's, she's a sister with an S now, right? She's one of America's Big Sisters. So I'm grateful to everybody that said yes to do workshops, to do panels, to volunteer, because this is how we sisters now. So I would tell you, if you get on there, volunteer your time to, you'll see our cities for 2024. I believe they're listed already. We are looking at 9 cities in 2024 that we'll be visiting. And so, yes.
Woo. Okay. Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a
Um,
lot.
the model that God has given me and downloaded in me is actually is a model that I'm grateful for, and that I got a team of amazing people that's helping me with that. Um, with that model, but it is it's definitely not as pressure as it was last year. And so we're grateful for that. So what we have done is we've done some recordings where I record teaching a system. We're tweaking the system every single day to make sure that it's a system, and we hand it over to the cities, and the cities go to work. And so there is 9 in total. We just finished Indianapolis in February, which was really good. Indianapolis, Indiana, during All-Star Weekend, so that was good. And so we got some more coming up. And so we do also have, not only we have that, we've added to our programs, which is I Matter. We've added that. So what happens with All Girls Matter? Once we're done out of the city, what we understand is that these conversations need to continue to happen, right? And we have some hard conversations. We have the conversations on depressions and the mental health space. And we felt like, guess what can we do to keep them happening? So we actually created like a hybrid program where if you're in Chicago, because that's where, I always tell people that is that's where the organization lives in Chicago. But we do allow now online opportunities. So you can go to our monthly meetings, you can bring the girls to it. Even if you have an after school program, you can even, put it up on video and have the girls watch it every month as well. Just so you can keep the conversations happening even in your own space. And so that's how we wanted to continue kind of a year-round opportunity for the girls. So we started I Matter. And so we got March coming up. Go at americasbigsisters.com. Go into the contact. Hey, just maybe fill out the contact and tell us what you want. There's a volunteer, space. Go in there, fill out that Google Doc. Maybe it's something in there that you feel like you want to do. I tell you, if you got a story, hey, we got an opportunity, or maybe you just want to be a day of volunteers. All of that, all those opportunities in there. And if you want to host one, you can say that, like, I would love to host one in my city or in my state. And that's an opportunity. Yeah.
So awesome, sis. So awesome. Man, look, I'm so proud of you. I don't know what to do. I just want a bronzer and put her up on the
Oh my, what funny thing is, my husband bought he bought me a bobblehead one time too. I don't even know where it's at, somewhere. He bought me a bobblehead, like how
like of you?
Of me, yes. He bought me a bobblehead with an S on my chest and my shirt like this. It is.
Now that's cool.
It's so cute. I can't show it now. Oh, if I do show it, I gotta leave the space to go find it.
We need to mass produce those. So we get them out there. Big old S for sister, super sisters.
Yes, that'll be so cute.
Yeah. And put it in pink.
I didn't think about that. Okay.
Yeah. Put
That's
it sisters, super sisters.
I found out where he got it from, but he did. He bought me one.
Hey, make that be like one of y'all cities that y'all go in. Make that be y'all little theme shirt with the S on the front and then have something on the back.
Yeah, I love it. See that, and that was our first 2017 conference. That was our whole thing, is America's Big Sisters, and kind of with the S, and I had my the little logo with it. It'll take me all the way back to my first one. Wow. Okay, come on, keep on. See, that's the thing. That's the reason why when we be on calls, we always get some new downloads.
Yes.
So look, don't get me to start no new business fooling with you.
Oh, right. Because we always coming up with some new businesses every time we on the phone.
By the time we got the call, I'm like, I need a new product.
I call her with some stuff like, hey, sis, I'm thinking about coming out with these socks.
It's got to do it, bro. We can do it. We can do it.
I want these socks, though. No, but sis, thank you again. We ain't gonna take up no more of your time, but this has been wonderful. It's been a pleasure, and we're gonna continue to promote. You tell us how we can help promote America's Big Sister, the summer reading program, and so on and so forth. And we're gonna do that. Also, if you have, a lot of awesome people. So if you know of any person that will be interested in sharing their story as well on our platform, you send them over to us. We're going to make it happen.
I got it. I love that idea. I think it's a great partnership too, because a lot of cities that I go into, I don't know much about them, but when they get on these microphones and they start speaking, I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, somebody got to know. Somebody got to know. And so I definitely want to start sending them your way. One thing we do have coming up that I forgot to mention is a partnership with my dad. and my dad, myself, and my brother were doing a golf fundraiser for America's Big Sister show. For those, I will say, from a donation standpoint,
What city is that in, ma'am?
we're gonna do Miami. So we're in Miami,
Okay,
Florida.
because you know I went to Miami to golf before, so I know y'all gonna put me up on this one.
Oh, wait a minute. It's gonna be at the same place you went to.
So when?
It is March. No, I'm sorry, May.
Say March. Okay, good. May is good.
May 25th is the date. I think it's like a weekend, like a Labor Day weekend, like a holiday weekend. It's on a Sunday, and so we're looking to do it that day. It'll be Pro Pops Foundation represented, right?
Yes.
Which is my dad's foundation. He is also going to bring some young people to the golf event as well to teach. So he actually have PGA representatives there to do clinics with the young people. And so that's Pro Pops is really pushing the agenda of that, just the relationship with the father and the young people, but also what golf can do collaborative, because that's him and Dwyane's healing station, place, space. They love it there. And then of course America's Big Sister, and with Dwyane, with the Wade Family Foundation, you know what, they are raising dollars so for the Wade Family Foundation. So for those that cannot make it on May 25th, there is a Father's Day weekend that is being positioned in Milwaukee.
Okay.
So that's the other one, I think, because it's right by home. So if you at home, or you go to home, you just got to drive up. So he's positioned that because he was like, Father's Day weekend, no, you never know what gift to give your husband. And he's like, so y'all be sitting around here with these little socks, and and that's how y'all give it. He's like, what is a good weekend? And so we did this event, and I tell you, I had a great time. I think I went live. Anybody follow me? Because we did this in Milwaukee. It was a good time. I went live for both days. Great time. So that's gonna be so if you can't make it in May and you can do June, then definitely do June for Father's Day. But those are the two golf fundraising events that'll happen.
May 25th in Miami. Please expect to see me.
Okay, that's your time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
let me know what's up, because I'm flying. Not only am I flying out, I want to do something with TJ. So I think both of us gonna fly out there, and
that'd be so cool.
Yeah. So God, baby, we'll be there.
All right, well, let's do it, because we'll have a class. The PJ guys, they'll do that training. But let me make sure we got a spot and that everything is all good. You good? We'll continue to talk about it. But for anybody's watching, if you're interested in that, DM me.
Yes.
And means you're following me at Tragil Wade Johnson. DM me, because that means you would need to be on it's really one of those, we're not trying to get everybody out. We're trying to do 20 foursomes. So once we hit our 20 foursomes, we're out, right? And so that means 20 foursomes, meaning about what that means.
What is that?
People. 20
foursomes is what, 100? No, 80?
80 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 80 people. So by the time we get that, we're out. It's done. We will be.
You tell Pops. He got 2.
Look, and then we'll have lunch and tickets after that. For those that once we're done, once we sold out of our foursomes, we got our luncheon tickets. So if you just want to come in and take that luncheon time at luncheon, we'll have we'll have a little music. We'll have us doing a Q&A kind of panel conversation similar to now. And so we'll all three be a part of that.
Super dope. Dope. I can't wait. Now, look, I'm going to say this. I am there May 25th, barring if nothing happened to my coins.
Okay. I'll see you then if nothing happened to your coins.
If nothing happened to my coins, I'll be there.
It's a great Miami trip. I should have placed this save the date out in January. We started communicating all about it. Well, we started communicating last year, so listen. So now we took that foursome number down to 20, and we're just believing God for it.
Oh, that's gonna happen. That's definitely gonna happen.
Glad you're encouraged. All right, so
All right, so we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. This has been wonderful. I highly recommend everyone to go out and read the People's Magazine article on Tragil Wade Johnson. It is an awesome write-up. I'm super proud of my sis for when I woke up this morning and I saw that. Oh my God, I just started dancing. I said, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So thank you, sis, again for gracing our platform, for even thinking about our platform to come on and just tell us more about or give us raw emotion about how you feel about this write-up. So thank you again. And this, of course,
one more thing.
Yes.
Okay, one more thing. This is what I gotta say. Okay.
You good. Go.
We talked when you mentioned getting it out the mud for all those that's watching. Yes. A lot of times we never know why God allows us to go that route and that journey. But what I want you to do is to understand that He is the architect. He is the architect of your story. Now, because, like my brother said, I had to get it out the mud, I'm able now to speak to the masses of people about how to get it out the mud. That's way more people than I would if I just had it handed to me. So what I'm grateful for is that the design of God is the design, because He is the best architect to build the building, to build the house, to build your life. So please, guys, understand that. Stay in touch with God. Don't question. Don't. I'm not saying you don't question it, because you are human, but be okay. Once you feel like you got to go through, just be okay and keep trusting God, because He's the architect of it. Someone told me before, all that you went through in life. I say, you know what? God was a part of that. He was walking with me with it, because He knew that He needed somebody to have a heart like this. And the only way to get a heart like this, most times, is to go through it. Now that I've been through it and I'm out of it, now I get a chance to tell the story. And guess what? He knows who's going to open up their mouth. And that's what I'm doing, open up my mouth and just sharing. So that's it, brother. Just want people to know, do not negate or look down on the story of your life.
I'm going to tell you just like this. I thank you, and I thank God, man, for these opportunities. However, I'm going to tell anybody else who want to come on TMI News and do their interview, the stakes have just went up. Because Tragil you knocked it out the park. So thank you so much, sis. We really appreciate you. I only got one other task for you.
Okay.
And this is the way we go out every time we go out.
Okay.
So I'm going to say, if y'all don't know what you've been listening to by now, you've been listening to what? And your line is the greatest news segment in history.
Okay.
You got that? You need a rehearsal?
No, I've got it.
All right. So let's kick it off, y'all. We out of here. If y'all don't know what y'all been listening to by now, you have just listened to what?
The greatest news segment in history.
That's right. TMI News, hosted by Mr. TMI Tape, my very special guest, Miss Tragil Wade Johnson. We appreciate you again, and we are out of here, y'all. Peace. Or are we out of here?